The conditions deteriorated all day in western North Carolina. Look at all this rain, all that water. Cell service was down for hours in many areas, which affected 911. Governor Roy Cooper said this was one of the worst storms to hit western North Carolina in modern history.
I'm telling people, consider all of the roads closed in western North Carolina and do not leave unless you're trying to evacuate, get to higher ground, or unless there is an emergency, because these rivers are rising, and in the mountains it happens faster than in the east.
And the governor said 30 swiftwater rescue teams from 7 states are in the western part of North Carolina to help out. Speaking of western North Carolina, historic flooding caused catastrophic damage. Everywhere you look, this is Asheville earlier today, where a curfew is in place as thousands of customers are still without power. And it wasn't just flooding havoc. Take a look at these photos. There's a couple of trees from a viewer fell on this home in the Asheville area. Old historic home. Look at the size of these trees. WR's Willie Danley has more on the destruction in Asheville.
It's been a chaotic day here in Asheville. That floodwaters finally started to recede, leaving behind this muddy slush on the ground. People here tell me that they can't turn down a single street without seeing a fallen tree that's taken down power lines. And the worst part is they don't know how long it's going to take for things to return to normal.
It's pretty scary. I mean, we literally cannot leave our driveway. We can't exit our streets.
High-speed winds from Hurricane Helene knocked down trees that are over 100 years old, bringing down a lot of power lines with them. The majority of Asheville is without electricity, and residents don't know when it will be back on. One of the only places open was this Publix grocery store. The line stretched around the building. Jen Hartzog came to stock up on essentials, and with flooded roadways, it wasn't easy getting here.
It's like a maze. You have to go around the trees and then circumnavigate gigantic ponds, and then there are power lines down, and you don't want to get close to that.
People who were able to get to the grocery store consider themselves lucky. Charletta Long had to be rescued from her hotel by the fire department.
We got flooded in the storm last night. When I went to sleep, it was fine, but when I woke up, it was just flooded. My car is underwater, so it's just awful.
Cleanup crews are working to get rid of all the damage, but Biltmore Forest Town Manager Jonathan Nappy tells me with no electricity and cell service, it's hard to get in touch with response teams.
We're doing the best we can to get everybody cleared as quickly as we can too. It's just going to take time.
People here have no idea how long it's going to take before their power gets turned back on, and city officials have enforced a 7 o'clock curfew. They're urging people to stay home and stay safe. In Asheville, Willie Danley, WRL News.